and our analyst is here already, bright and early. Good morning, Buki. How are you this morning?
Yes, Buki is doing great, and I want to thank God for that. It's a bright Wednesday where I am, and
Yeah.
I hope everyone, newspaper family, we are good, good. And how are you too, Anima? Nice to see you.
Yes. Okay, before we go before we go ahead, before we go ahead, the Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center, Word C, through the Transform Project, invites residents of Alimosho local government area, residents of the Lagos Island East Local Council Development Area for to a town hall meeting on maternal health and women's rights. The date is 30th, Monday, the 30th. Sorry, are we in June? Yes, Tuesday the 30th, that's correct. Tuesday the 30th of June 2026, and the address is Lagos Island East Local Council Development Area, 42 Broad Street, Lagos Island. The time is 10 a.m. Tuesday 30th June. All right, that's it. So let's just get into it this morning, starting off as per usual with the Punch newspaper this morning. Senate votes today as Tinubu transmits bill to the National Assembly. Okay. Then next up we have Rivers shuts 5 hospitals, arrests 7 over child trafficking. My sister was watching this yesterday and was just screaming when she saw it. I know that we don't have time. We don't have time to talk about it on her lens today, but then it's still an ongoing investigation going on, so we shall get into it. If you've seen the video, it is horrific. But yeah, moving on to the Guardian newspaper.
Police arrest 2 over alleged infanticide, other offences in UP. NDLEA opens case against businessman, 2 others over alleged possession of tramadol.
Okay. One NDLEA, they've been working when it comes to clamping down on drugs, and this is good. This is really good. This day newspaper we have, after calling 2 witnesses, DSS closes wiretapping case against El Rufai. I found this interesting because, you know, one of the major accusations that he's gotten was that he had said on, you know, live TV that he wiretapped, as if Ribado, a conversation, and, you know, that was one of the things that were held against him. But then when they called for the witnesses, the prosecution said, "Oh, sorry, my lord, no witnesses." And when I said, I was like, this is interesting. However, the court has adjourned this case to September. So yeah, all eyes peeled. I think he's been in custody for almost 130 days. That's over 4 months, if I'm not mistaken, over 4 months. And that's what's going on with regards El Rufai. And in this day newspaper, we have NNS Delta operatives rescue 3 from capsized boats in Warri. That is great. Over to you, Nima.
Paper. June allegations of performance. Cholera. Deaths rise 104 states.
Okay. Secondly, Nima, you have to turn your camera is lopsided, so can you make it landscape instead? Because you are turned your top seat of it. Anyway, in the Vanguard newspaper, we have, I don't see the level of hunger Nigerians complain about. Pardon? Hey, I know that we've already sent top headlines and topics to our analysts, but I'm going to ask our analysts about this one when we get into it. What do you mean? I'm going to look for this article. And what do you mean, sir? Let me not get into it. Explosion. Police dispatch particles to Abuja for forensic analysis.
From the Premium Times newspaper, U.S. sanctions Lagos-based BBC operator, firms over alleged terrorism financing. Enugu tanker fire claims 3 lives.
Oh damn. Oh damn. In the Nation newspaper, we have state police, senators decide today. What if Ikini fale for too long? So let's see what they decide about today. Kwara APC ward chairman, councillors, elders endorse governorship candidates. So Kwara, the aspirants, for senators and I think governors have all been at it basically because they've been unhappy about the APC primaries. So yeah, we shall be seeing it. We shall be seeing it as it unfolds. Moving on to the cable newspaper, Nima.
Police arraigned 24 suspects for killing woman over child theft allegations in Kaduna. Tunji Disu bars police officers from unauthorized social media content in uniform.
All right, moving on to the Daily Post. Makinde declares curfew in 10 Oyo local government areas over abduction of students and teachers. We'll get into it with our analysts as well. Woman, daughter among victims as bandits attack Katsina community.
From the Tribune
Over to you.
newspaper, okay, from the Tribune, Nigerian, others designated as ISIS financiers by US. Wike has positioned Abuja as model for infrastructure development nationwide, says President Tinubu.
Sorry about that. Next up, we have in the pen pushing finally today. America releases full identities of Nigerian firms designated as terrorist financiers. Ooh. Also on the pen pushing, lastly, today we have American government deports Nigerian after domestic violence and other convictions. This one I'm happy about. I'm never going to lie. I am, because yesterday on her lens, we were talking about domestic violence. I think we're going to even finish the conversation this morning. And boy, that's what they should be doing. If you are caught, if you are in a country and they're abroad and you are caught, they should deport you. Maybe you like to use your fist. Come out to fight Gidigbo with men your size. They should arrest them, imprison them, then send them to back to their countries. That's good. Me, I'm with it. Okay. Those are the headlines this morning from the national dailies. You want to do well to get you a copy, better still stick around with us as we get into it. We are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website, www.wfm917.com. Phone lines will be open shortly, and in the meantime, you can send your text messages, WhatsApp messages, or voice notes to 0703 1756 537 or 08155 917 917. Now that that's out of the way, let's bring on our analyst. Good morning, Buki. How are you?
Once again, good morning. I am fine, but you are not even making me happy concerning this topic about hunger. I mean, I'm just trying to grab myself together, but it's okay. But I'm fine. I'm fine.
You know, if I had seen this headline came on like about how many minutes ago, I had to quickly check, because Buki, you know me, it would have been right there immediately. It was about 30 minutes ago or so.
I mean, let's discuss it.
We are definitely.
One does not need to read anything about it. I mean, no. There's something wrong somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. When I quickly went up to open it and sometimes I wonder at the level of insensitivity that comes from the higher ups. That's the way to put it. And every time conversations, like, they're very, very quick to respond when somebody speaks against the president. For instance, Obi on Monday, Tuesday had spoken against the president, saying that, look, the same way Keir Starmer of the Prime Minister of London is resigning over the state of the economy, high cost of living in the United Kingdom, that's the same way that you should resign. And when we hear these things, he was so quick to respond. He called his response childish. He called his response undemocratic. He called his response. There's so many things he called his response, and I was like, when we see that children have been abducted or there's actual crisis in the land, you people are very, very silent on it. But now you're saying that you don't see the level of hunger in the land. He says he does not share the view that the level of hunger often described by critics reflects the reality across Nigeria. He's insisting that Nigerians are benefiting from policies introduced by the president's administration. He spoke in an interview on Arise, right? On Tuesday, that was yesterday, arguing that several government initiatives have delivered tangible benefits to citizens. He cited infrastructure projects, he cited student loans, of which I still mention the student loan, that they will always cite the student loan, yet the thing is not moving. Inside the student loan, we have seen fraudulent activities done. Some students haven't still gotten their loans. So let's talk where the real talk is. He cited credit facilities for workers as well. He cited recent road projects. This is so hilarious. And he also talked about the coastal roads, the Lagos to Calabar coastal road, the impact of it. I was like, hold on a minute. Is it that same coastal road that you fill up a place and then now houses on the island are flooded? I'm not sure that he's aware that houses on the island are flooded. He says he lives in Aja, and whenever he goes to Lagos, he asks Google Maps to tell him how soon he will get home, and Google Maps to tell him 1 hour clinical before he was 2 hours. I'm like, is everything okay with the presidential aid? This is a genuine question, because you cannot be a presidential aide and be far removed. So who's telling the president the truth? Who's telling him? So now I worry that is it possible that the president is not really aware of what is going on, because these people around him are feeding him untrue reports of what is going on in Nigeria. He says, I'm Nigerian, I have people working for me privately, and I don't see the level of hunger people are talking about. That's the problem. The people around you is who you're looking at. You've not gone out. If you walk on the streets of Lagos, you see children looking malnourished. You see children looking hungry. You see children that they're not eating 3 square meals anymore. Yesterday, myself and Nima sat here talking about the rising cost of things and how people cannot afford to eat meat or chicken or fish anymore. And even the egg, they can't eat the eggs anymore because egg is literally like gold. But I've set the backdrop. Bookie, please help me before I allow myself to get the better of myself.
You have done the analysis for me. you have actually done the analysis, and I can see the pain. But let's start like this. I said, is he okay? Is something wrong? Something is wrong somewhere. What they are saying is not what we are saying. Do we blame them? Maybe. Because for them, they have everything good. I doubt if they use their salary.
Of course not.
To feed and go about their normal life. I doubt. There are some gas that is coming in for them, and that has beclouded their sense of reasoning. They cannot see. Then it is what they want to eat that is worrying them. No worry one. So it has blinded their eyes. And you said it. If these are the people that are surrounding, that are special assistant to the president, what would they be feeding the president? However, I will be surprised, I will be shocked if a president is not in touch with reality. You don't have to wait to hear from your special assistant. Nowadays, it is easy. All you need to do, carry the papers, listen to news.
Yeah.
Know what is happening on social media. Yes, I know you are very busy, no doubt about it. They work, oh, they work. But if you talk 1 hour or 30 minutes, because you are elected, people went to the ballot box to vote. A whole day was shut down in Nigeria for you to be elected to serve these people. You need to hear from them, even if it means having talks, town halls. You might not be there, but you are sending people and you are listening online, or you have asked them to do a report for you. He cannot tell us, Mr. President cannot tell us that he does not know. If he does not know, the wife knows. But let's not even come back to this personality, this funny personality, right? I don't know how hunger, how hunger is now rated with infrastructure. Abi, I remember when I was in Uyo. That was about 3 years ago or something. I was going through, I said I wanted to go around the city just to see and have a feel. We went for a conference, and I purposely entered a Kekemarua. That's a three-cycle bike. Is it bike? They call it horse shock, something. I've forgotten the real English name. For those who do not understand what Keke Marwa is, but it's a tricycle. And we were talking, I said, oh, your governor has have done roads and all that and all that. Do you know what the man said? He said, yes, the roads are done, doing ATA and all that. But men, they are hungry. Is it what we want to chop? That we are hungry. I just use that to say that when people say they're hungry, it has nothing to do with infrastructure. It is your duty to bring about infrastructure, build roads, because that is what he's saying. He's talking about roads. He's talking about the lake, what do you call it? He said he found himself on the paved road, concrete road. He said, wow, when was this one built? As if he does not know. He talked about the coastal highway. I'm looking at I'm looking at the Instagram post, that somebody posted, just to give me an idea of what he said. And then, of course, he talked about the reforms. Yes, they are doing all this, but bottom line, people are hungry. How many people can feed balanced meal 3 times a day, particularly the children? He is not looking at statistics. Let him go and look at the poverty rates of Nigeria. Let him go and look at the inflation rate of Nigeria. Let him go and look at the multidimensional rates, of Nigeria. Let him go around. He does not need to stay in the city. Even if he goes into the city, let him go to the suburbs. Let him even ask people. Even we, do we eat 3 times a day? I'm not talking about maintenance. I mean,
yeah.
You understand? Are you feeding as much as you would love to, even when the children want to eat? Is it not rationing? I'm talking about average people.
Yes.
Let's look at the minimum wage, 70K, right? Maybe you are in Lagos. And then let us even say your wife also. Yeah, okay, let's just say that. That's 70. Kashani, 150K to Wale. From that 150K, minimum, maybe you have 2 children. They are going to eat. One of our boss, right? Because such people, they will not have a car. Light. And God help them that there is NEPA. If there is no NEPA, in fact, they will be in total darkness, because the cost of fuel to run a generator is high. They will put on clothes. You can't say they should go naked. Even if they go to Boss Corner, to go and buy. That one too is expensive, because those clothes, Yeah, those clothes,
Yeah.
I mean, it's dollar denominated. You understand? So clothes that they'll probably buy for 100 naira years ago, I'm sure it's about 1,000 something or 2,000 now. Second-hand clothing. So by the time you look at it, how then does an average family work? He's looking at it from the angle of their own class. Their own class is just less than 1%. So what happens to the 99? Well, I know that people will talk back at him, and I pray he should just go to God and ask for forgiveness,
Hmm.
which shows the kind of people who are ruling us and the kind of people who are surrounding the people who are ruling us. We should not be shocked at these things. If every cost, if every cost that they bear comes from their salary, and they don't have, like, guess they don't have means of making money, they will know what we are saying. But the way the institution is, even for you to see the president, so we had to, I've not tried it, though, I don't even think which one concern me. To see president, you put money down. To do this, you put money down. That is what people are telling us. So that is what we are also carrying. You understand? So a whole lot of money are coming into them. I mean, those who are looking for one favor or the other, I mean, put down money, they give them gifts. So they live on that. But let us wait now. It should be kata pare, it should be 8 years ni President Malu. Let us see. Look at the people who had served before. I'm not here to say Olomu or whatever it is. Most of them cannot continue that kind of life. So does that not tell us some lessons to be learned from these things?
Oh, that big.
That one day, you will not be here. One day will not be here. And then that is when you now come back and say, oh, as at that time, Ujiwa will rerun that and all that and all that. Anyway, even if you have stolen money, over your turn now, or what you're seeing there. And so I think for us, let's learn. We're talking about this man and what he went to say. There's a disconnect somewhere, because you cannot be saying you have not seen the level of hunger, and then you are now looking at infrastructure. No, there are two different things. You've got to put infrastructures, yes, but we're talking about food. Will people go on the streets and open their mouth and say, oh, there is coastal road, oh, they've done pavement, oh, they've tarred the road, oh yeah, road, I'm opening my mouth, oh yeah, feed me. It's not possible.
Not possible.
We're talking about hunger, we're not talking about infrastructure. They're two different things. I didn't listen to it, but I want to believe that they will have tackled him up. That how can you equate hunger with that? It is your duty to put up infrastructures. So, Shenko Babara, that's your duty. But also, you've got to look at the people who voted for you. Are they living well? When you see the masses, are you happy seeing them in terms of their welfare? Let's put it like that. A word is enough for the wise.
Yeah, Nima, do you want to say something, or do you have a question for Buki?
I have a contribution.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
He mentioned parents who have at least 4 children in the university, student loans have been given to them, right? The student loan of a thing, the school fees are paid directly into the school's accounts. The students are not getting the school fees. Then accommodation is not settled. And parents have to bring money from their pocket. Their feeding is not settled. Their school needs, like their books, their textbooks, their notebooks, are not settled. And the allowance they are paying to them monthly is, I guess, 20,000 naira. I'm really not sure because I didn't take the loan. I think it's about 20,000 naira. So what does he mean student loans are provided? 20,000 won't even feed anybody for a month, not to mention other things they might need in school. So. And the road, like, yes, like the analyst said, the road is not food. People are hungry. People need to eat. good roads doesn't ensure I get food to eat. So that's just
So, all righty. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Nima, for that. The time right about now is 3 minutes to 8. You're still tuned to Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. The phone lines are now open: 07000 917 917 or 0800 1235 917. Please call us to tell us how you feel about what the presidential aide has said, that apparently we're not as hungry as we are making noise. We're not. That's what he said. He said things are happening and we're benefiting from the current administration's policies. I remember asking the individual last week. Oh, we have a call. Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you for me back home.
Oh, Sal, it's been a while we've heard from you. Good morning, Francis. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for calling us today. Fine. Now this one bring you come out, Tabi. It draw you out. Oh yeah, now let's talk.
No, I've been away for some time.
Okay.
I want to talk to Nanuga. The first one with Buhari. His name is Lai Mohammed. Where is him today? All right. It's good. As he said, there is not been anything called hunger in Nigeria. But I suppose my own assessment from what he's saying, what he has been saying since this month, I think I should be taken to Yaba or Abeokuta. He knows the place very well. I don't know how a living, sensible human being with a God good conscience will say publicly to the whole world that the crying of Nigerian citizens is not affecting him, that there is nothing like that, nothing wrong with Nigerian system. Anyway, it's the same company, like Tinubu said, that his administration of and of the Buhari is one, is the same. So he has continued from where Buhari stopped. So there's nothing to talk about it. But my name I give to Onanuga is a commentator. It's not a spokesman. Thank you. God bless you.
Hey, thank you so much, Francis. Francis is like, I can tell that he's really holding himself from speaking, because if he says what he wants to say, this person will not collect everybody. Okay, we have a voice note. Rachel, are you ready to play the voice note? If we're not ready, okay, she says we should give her a few seconds. Remember the numbers to call: 07000 917 917 or 0800 1235 917. You can text or WhatsApp us on 0703 1756 537 or 08155 917 917. You can send your text messages, your voice notes, or your WhatsApp messages to those numbers. The time is 8 o'clock on the dot, and our analyst Buki Femi Ajala is here. I was even going to say that, Buki, in the last maybe 2-3 weeks, there's been somewhat of a difference in like your analysis. It's like, before you would say what you want to say, but very cool, calm and collected. I remember, was it last week? I don't want to say you were upset, but I could hear I could hear some like people and I love it.
At times it's not. You've got to say the way it is.
Yeah.
And at times you have to control your emotions so that you are able to pass your message. But that should not be all the time. There's sometimes you've got to give it, no, this is not right. Though even when you are passing your message, I will still say no, but I will be able to control, the way I pass it, the packaging, the way it's delivered. But I mean, look at the story for today. I mean, saying hunger. How Kojora one now? I mean, infrastructure. So I should go and open my mouth on the road and say, "Oh yeah, road, feed me." No, something is wrong somewhere. They are off, totally off from realization.
All right, we have the voice note ready. Rachel, over to you.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning from me.
Can you move it closer to the microphone?
Good morning, Madam Buki. I beg, make a beg. I think I am beginning to see that madness is not only for those people that are on the roadside with tattered clothes and eating from dustbin. Okay, madness is becoming even affecting those that think they are top class in Nigeria. That is why somebody in that level could use such words to, in fact, these kind of people will give back to the president. Okay. For me, I want to add my voice, just like APC did during Jonathan's time. Tinubu, please, it is time for you to resign. Resign honorably. Honorably resign. Okay, resign and get out from that place. Madam Buki, don't waste your energy on this kind of people are. In fact, as you are saying it, the more you are saying it, I know that some people will call into this place and begin to quote Bible using their children. How does your children, you and your children, what you are doing in your house concern newspaper, family, our headline? And please, God bless Nigeria. I will cancel all my flights, all my bookings for this election. I am ready. I am in Lagos. I'm back. I'll be back to Lagos today, and I will stay till the end of the election. Thank you, Nigerians, ahead of time.
I can hear the is it, I don't want to say resignation in Prince's voice, because to be honest, it's really insensitive. I don't know whether Bayo Onanuga said this thing intentionally to get people riled up. If that was his intention, well played, sir. Well done. You've done well. And if he really meant what he was saying or more, I don't know. Okay.
No. Is a spokesperson. Do you even know that Mr. President even was a bit emotional? You know, he was able to convey a message that I see what you people are going through. Right. That was on Workers' Day. You know that I might not be able to quote exactly what he said, but you know that I see what you are going through. But you know, it was you could hear that he's there. He might not be able to do everything, but you know, words convey, you know, that feeling that okay, you are calming me down. We got that even from his own speech. But the spokesperson, I mean, no, we don't accept this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Tunji Disu bars police officers from unauthorized social media content in uniform. Well, the advent of social media has made people realize that, look, on I can make money from different places. And like you rightly said, how much is even the base salary, minimum wage for government workers? And so we've seen quite a few police officers, quite a few, you know, people of the uniform, men and women of the uniform, online creating videos, live sessions, like engaging in so many social media activities. There's a particular lady, I think is she in Rivers State? I can't remember her name. A police officer. I bumped into her on TikTok a while ago, but now the IGP of police, the IG of police has come out to say, you people are.
Hello.
Oh, we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, women.
Good morning, Evangelist Dixon. How are you?
I'm fine. Any day I wake up from my bed, because many don't have such opportunity this morning. Many are gone. And also now we lead this show one day. That's why I work wherever I do all say. Because Sunday we do whatever we do, it's working. Everybody's a follow and not done. No, that's why I'm not worried. God says, vengeance is mine. I will say, vengeance is mine. All this, what about most of the good people before the what about when he died? Somebody that they left there, they're able to continue. To the Mark chapter 17 verse, that's why I'm not worried. Any money you go to corruption to, you cannot use them. So I did say the Bible and I studied the Bible. I've been a Bible 92, God called me 2006. I'm a man that you are God, and I cannot come and lie. I mean, no lie and fasting. Let me once again, please. Everybody is statistics, so let us respect each other's opinion. We are adults. Sometimes the way you see things may not be the way I say things. You cannot be and somebody come on radio, don't know me, I don't know you. Can't talking to each other and you disagree, but in a polite way. In a polite way, fine. They are not coming on radio and saying things, and to me, it's not right. The only reason I've been cultivated for 18 years. That's how you talk, they will cut you off. And tell, okay, is this for a particular party or this? No. But I said, okay, why I so much love you? You are cool and calm. I said, look, I cannot come and kill myself. I'm giving myself and I lose so far. I'm not moving what anybody. Even God who created us, after creating us, you say he regretted creating us. So why should I expect anything? As I rightly told you, I cannot be sick because I'm not hungry. I said, body is like that. You know what I'm telling you? There are hunger in the land. Yes, infrastructure, improvement in infrastructure. Yes. Somebody like I know this man. I know him personal. This Tinubu, you know what is going on. I don't know what you write. I don't need to repeat what you say. I know him because I know what it can. And then sometimes I just look at him. We cannot say they have not done anything at all. Like this and this coastal road. And look at this relation about the local government. And also governors are getting more money. We should hold them accountable. Look at these people that say all this was supposed to. You keep pushing on it. This means I'm just say something. I just not that this thing, but I'm entitled to my own this thing. My own comment. Sure, as I rightly tell you. You know what I'm telling you. If you come here for me the way you just say, you just get BP. You just get BP. If you look at Nigeria, you just get BP. I still repeat. How many of us that are not corrupt? Because I point to one and I say, I love what the name I say. Also, if you are dealing with Nigeria every day, you know what I'm saying. That's when you want to buy gas together. How come you go to the free air? The station have you not been buying for it? If you are not careful, it's air Nigeria will see. So like briefly, go to do that for you. Wait, you use 10 bags, you use 6 bags. People selling. I've been buying fruit in some place. Tell me like this one, I didn't carbide to ride the food. And if they are good, it's later I notice under the thing. Not be when they take a clean price of food. You go not to increase. We have good and bad people. We are this time. Anywhere we are. We should fear God. I'm not to do the right thing. I know God is only to green. I'm telling God, I'm at home. It's even and I can't say I'm okay. People are hungry. People are hungry. That's that I'm not surprised that what do you expect them to say? But God is working on for. If you got all the money, I'm going to say. But God says, vengeance is I know God will pay to everyone according to his time. Which the Bible says. We should learn to do the right thing. Anywhere we can, what you are doing, all that we must know because God is working on us all. Thank God bless God. Nigeria will be great again. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Evangelist Dixon. To add to your voice, yes, please, when we call or send messages, let's keep it respectful. I know that we're all well behaved, but this is just like a gentle nudge so that we keep it respectful, right? Every single person is entitled to their own opinion and entitled, as long as it is not divisive, not disrespectful at all. We would always take the calls and the opinions of our WFM family members. Okay, the time is 10 minutes after 8. This is still Women Radio 91.7 FM. We are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website, www.wfm917.com. Today, Wednesday, 24th June 2026. All right. To the next headline, our analyst is here, Buki Femi Ajala, our nation builder, like I always tease her. Okay, so police officers are no longer allowed to create videos, conduct live sessions, engage in social media activities while wearing their uniforms. He said, even disclosing sensitive operational information or using their status as police for personal promotion, entertainment, or commercial gain. That's what he said. He says, even though social media remains an important tool of communication and public engagement, its use by serving officers must be guided by existing laws, regulations, and the police social media policy. Nibo Waterujasi Bio. That's my own question. Because these, and again, this is not a case of me being for or against, because we've seen the other side of social media. We've seen the part that's not interesting, even though social media is a tool, right? For educational purposes, information, entertainment, whichever way. And we've seen people actually blow up on social media. We've seen quite a few police officers, good has been done to them, GoFundMe has been done for them, But banning this, Buki, what would you say? Because there are children in Oyo that they've not gone to go and rescue, right? I'm not sure that this is what we should be facing right now. But then again, I come in peace. I
also come in peace. I also come in peace. Let me start by saying I did a bit of study. Should I say study? I just searched that, okay, is it just Nigeria? At times we think, okay, it's our Nigerian mentality that is making us to go through this, that, okay, let's look at what the other advanced countries are doing, right? And they also have a ban, they have a policy around it. They have social media policy around it. It is very clear. You cannot post confidential or operational information. You cannot publish content that will compromise investigations. Their security outfit. You cannot use your uniform or any identity, right, to damage the force reputation. Yes. And then you cannot post abusive or political statements, that undermines public trust. Then you cannot also present your own personal opinion, as if you are the boss. No, you cannot. You don't have that. And then the last one, you cannot use your status for personal clout monetization. You mentioned that, or content creation. With that, I said, okay, if this is done, globally, where do we situate this in Nigeria now? Because you mentioned it and it's true. Some people have found out that, okay, I can actually make extra money from this. And it's not everybody that is actually doing that for extra money. Some are also doing it. Probably they love to create content, and it's part of them, and they've looked for a way around it to say, okay, I also can be on social media, let them see me. And then, of course, some of them also have good intention of creating content around the goodness of police, what the police is doing and things like that. But however, because it is a regulated community, I will say that, one, is this ban good? On the surface, I can say, yes, I understand where the man is coming from, because there are times that if you're not careful, you can leak some operational details, right? You can post some videos that will totally embarrass them. I'm coming somewhere. Then you can also do things that at the end of the day, it drags the professionalism status down. You're talking about the Nigerian police. They are the ones that they are part of the brand of the country. You cannot now say you want to pull it down because you're on social media. And then, of course, in terms of the internal discipline, you might not be able to articulate that. Like I said, this is on the surface. But in principle, Why would you gag human beings? Because they work in the police, in principle, for public communication, professional conduct, and things like that. I will say that the reform, though he mentioned something, because I read that thing in his in the document, in the newspaper, whatever you sent, that there are existing laws. I don't have access to it, and there are regulations, and there are police social media policy. Maybe we can look at it and see that, okay, can I also express myself even as a police? You can create content for the awareness of people. I don't see anything wrong in that, right? You can create content to warn people, to offer lessons for people, because we see these things every day, right? I know where he's going, because many a times, some police officers or some security personnel have come on because they're angry, they're not happy about the way their organs have treated them. They come to tell us. That's why, in fact, some of the news we know that, okay, they were advancing and then they got one order, they said retreat, and they asked us to go and do this. There is no ammunition, nothing. We get those gist. And to be honest, because it's social media, no security personnel, at the highest level, would want such to go out. However, if you do not want such to go out to the public, to the non officers, that is the civilians, what do you have within your community that someone can express himself or herself and will not be judged, will not be punished,
penalized,
or penalized? You should be able to create that, rather than you coming and telling us, civilians. You should have that, right? I totally agree. Some people are reckless on TikTok. They disclose operations and things like that, which, if they ban them, yes, because these are security things. You do not know who the enemy is, and you're now saying, oh, you're advancing here, see how we are going, and all that. The way news travel, we do not want that, right? But in terms of, if they want to complain, what do you have? They have the right. I don't believe that they don't have the right to they have the right to complain. If welfare is not well done for them, they should be able to complain. Or if they're saying some things that they feel, no, this is wrong, where is the voice? And they, like you said, they should not be penalized, they should not be court-martialed. You should hear them, and they should not be judged. Because it's military, one of that can say, hey, you, because I did not give you new footwear, I did not give you this, you went online, you can't tell me this, okay, I'm going to punish you. We've had that. Look at the lady. There was a lady that they had, I don't know where the case was, because she kept complaining and all that. They said she was mad, and they treated her as if she had mental illness. Those are the things that we do not like. If she had not talked, people would not know her case. And that's why I'm saying that, in as much as you want to ban these things, also look at, they are human beings. If you don't have that atmosphere within your community, I beg, they are still human beings, they're still Nigerians. They have the right to express. You should be able to put that into perspective and give them a safe place, to talk. That is, if they have complained officially, put it, they say they have existing laws, regulations, and police social media policy. If they have gone through this and this and this and this, and nothing is happening, do you want them to keep quiet? No. You should be able to say, okay, even if you have to go on social media, you must have gone through this, so that somebody will say that, at least I'm being protected. If you do not hear me through these processes, I have the right to talk. And then even when they are talking, because they are military people, security people, they should now teach them how to communicate, appropriately, to the community. Because if you sell it to the civilians that the security force they are not put together, what are you trying to tell us?
What are you
That
saying? Mm-hmm.
you understand? So I believe there has to be communication languages that they will have to train them, on talking and all that. Yes. And then, of course, in terms of professionalism, I know that it will be very wrong, for the monetization thing. I know nobody will accept that you are using that to create content and to make money. However, they also should look at the welfare of the police, right? They also look at the welfare of the police. Then I also want to say this, and I'll probably stop.
Mm-hmm.
I've mentioned it before, but it's just to reiterate the fact that when you are even banning, you should look at the totality of it. It should be very clear what you want them to say on social media.
Okay.
Very clear.
Yes.
That you cannot tell people about our operations. You cannot tell people about this. You cannot tell people about this. You cannot tell people that. However, you are also free to do this, to do this, to do this. Like I mentioned, there's some content that they are teaching us new things that we do not even know, right? Lessons to be learned, right? Coming out to say, okay, this is the new police reforms, right? For people to know, because social media platform is now a tool for education. You cannot just say education will just come from the PRO. You understand? Individuals also, once you know that what you are saying is clear, is confirmed, you can go and educate people. For
Mhm.
instance, if you talk about missing people, they talk about 48 hours. Nothing stops you from telling us why that 48 hours. People have been saying that why 48 hours in this day and age. It should be, in fact, it should be 12 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see the reason in this day and age why a police officer cannot come, provided you know your facts or understand ahead.
Mhm.
But I also know that it's guided. For instance, there was someone that we wanted her to talk on a particular topic, and she said, "Oh, I have to take approval from my bosses." I said, okay, oh, no wahala. Okay,
Mhm.
take and get back to us.
Yeah.
I understand, because you want to be sure that what they are saying, is in sync with that. I want to see that as well, that, okay, I want to go on social media and my content will be educative. My content will be this, my content will be that. I want
Mhm.
that. At least even on online, I mean, for those in advanced worlds, I mean, UK, we see all kinds of content, and you are even happy seeing it. It's entertaining. I think the last one I saw was yesterday. Somebody from the Iranian war, a sister, had to come to witness the graduation of the brother, and it was on social media. We saw it. Are you now saying that you want to deny these people because
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
are officers? They also have a life. They also should be there, but we need to guide it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So that some
absolutely.
ministers will not just go and begin to say all kinds of things. We've seen all kinds of things in the social media, really. And
Mhm.
then another thing that has not been mentioned. So if we see a policeman drunk, and misbehaving, can we video?
Oh
Can
no,
we
I
put it
don't
on?
think this law is for us, it's for them.
Yeah, I know. I'm only saying it,
Yeah.
So it's for them. So are you now saying that, because I want to rephrase it now, are you now saying that a fellow policeman cannot do that and post
No.
it?
You cannot do that from
How
what
would
from
you
the
know? How would you know? How would you know? If
everybody.
if the account if the account has been masked, you understand? So
Yeah,
report
yeah,
what a senior officer, what a
yeah.
senior officer is doing. You understand? But anyway, I think it's very clear that there has to be framework, there has to be what do you call it, structures within which they can operate because of the sensitive nature of what they do. However, they should also realize that they are human beings and they need to engage socially. There has to be that boundary set for them. Thank you.
There. Uh-oh. Lost my network for some seconds, but thank you so much. Bookie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, we've run out of time. This is the end of the daily news review. We said, like, one thing I love about this program is that you can have a plan, and then, like what happened this morning, it goes, another way, not a bad way, just another way, maybe an even better way. Thank you so much, Bookie, for coming on the program. I know I'm going to see you again at 9:05 for her lunch, but thank you so much for joining us. All right, enjoy the rest of your day today. See you at 9:00, 9:05 for her lunch. 9:00 is the news. Do not go anywhere. This is still Women Radio 94.7.